if you're still manually editing videos in 2026, this video is going to completely change the way you edit. And the whole idea is that I'm going to show you how you can use AI to be able to edit videos much faster and much more effectively. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can effectively monetize. So just a bit of background before we get straight into this video. I'm actually not a video editor. So I was never really good at video editing. I only recently started video editing with CapCut. And what I noticed is I would always be limited in terms of how well I could perform the motion graphics or how well I could choose fonts, because my sense of creativity wasn't as great as a lot of the social media experts who are out there. So I needed to find a way to bridge the gap. And so what I've started doing is I've started leveraging Claude Code and some other tools that you're going to see in this video to be able to create effective videos that help me actually illustrate my point and actually help me create the best quality videos without losing any time. And that's the whole idea behind what I'm going to show you today. So if you're interested in learning how you can actually leverage AI on a much higher level, I do have an AI education program that helps you leverage AI not just in one aspect in terms of video editing, but in any aspect you might need in terms of AI systems and in terms of website design, which we'll get straight into. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into this video. So as we get started, to keep you posted on what we first did was I installed Claude Code and VS Code. And how you do that is you just go to extensions. And once you go to extensions, you look up Claude Code and then you log in with your Claude Pro plan. You will need a paid plan to be able to access it, but there are ways to be able to access it for free, which I'll discuss in later videos. But in the meantime, I'm using the Visual Studio Code SDK. And what we've just done is I put in this prompt, which is really simple. I just told it to create a new folder named Video Editing Demo and install both these skills within it. And within that folder already contains the video file that I'm looking to edit. And so that's the whole idea. So as you can see, currently it's still installing the skill. So this will take quite a bit of time. I usually prefer it on auto mode because of how often I've been using it. And so with that being mentioned, as we go forward, you're going to see that this is going to be complete really soon. The one thing that you're most likely going to need is an API key from ElevenLabs. But how you get that is you simply go over to ElevenLabs.io and you log in. And once you've logged in, it's going to give you access to the home screen. And you just go to API keys and then you copy your key from here. So you can copy the key ID. And what you'll then do is once this is complete, you can provide Claude Code with your key ID. And that's the whole idea of how video use and hyperframes motion is going to operate. So going forward, we're then going to start proceeding with trimming our video. Now that it's complete, it actually lets us know that everything's in the folder. So it's installed both hyperframes and video use, and it's already noticed that our video is in there. So what we're going to do is, since the video is already in there, I'm going to show you the most effective way to be able to prompt the video. So here's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to click this dictator icon. I need you to edit this video, cutting out all the silences. If there's any instance where I have repeated myself or repeated a phrase, then I need you to cut out the first iteration of that phrase and put in the final, or choose between the first and the second. But do not allow the phrase to be repeated twice if it is clearly a mistake. Just edit the raw video and ensure that the raw video edited is of perfect format and ensures that it's still maintained at a high 4K resolution quality. And once this is done, you will then send in this prompt. So this is not the best prompt, but if you're not really good at prompt engineering, which I will touch on in one of my videos, you will then be able to actually use this mechanism to be able to properly articulate yourself if you find that you speak much better than you write. And so the more specific you can be with editing this the video, the better results you will be able to get. And that's the whole idea behind this system and this mechanism of being able to edit videos. So usually as you edit and you wait for the editing to continue, it offers you different options on how much you'd want to edit it. So it asks, do I want it to completely aggressively remove every tight space? Or do I want it to slightly remove but still remain tight? Or do I want a more light approach? So for now, we'll go with the moderate approach. And the filler ums, we can choose to actually remove the ums and the filler words. And what we'll then do is we will go with the recommended option here as well. And now it will continue editing and rendering the video until it's complete, such that it's able to be reviewed and previewed in the folder. Awesome. So it looks like the first edit of our video is now done. So now we can look at the edited demo of what the video looks like. So let's go see where we can find it. So it says video editing demo and then IMG edited. So this is it. If you're still manually editing videos in 2026, this video is going to completely change the way you edit. And the whole idea is that I'm going to show you how you can use AI to be able to edit videos much faster and much more effectively. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can effectively monetize. So just a bit of background before we get straight into. And so as you can notice, compared to the first video, if you're still manually editing videos in 2026, this video is going to completely change the way you edit. So if you've noticed that versus the intro of this video, if you're still manually editing videos in 20, you can see that it's already cut out some of the silences. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to look through the video and we're going to be able to select which parts of the video we want motion graphics on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to look through the video and I'm going to be so specific on the styling that I'm looking for. So here's how we're going to do it. You're going to analyze this video and look through and see keywords that need to be emphasized. And you're going to create motion text and motion graphics for each of these words. Whenever lists are mentioned, try find motion graphics with icons that illustrate each point. Motion graphics do not have to overly explain themselves. They can just have one element that speaks to what's already been spoken about. And whenever you need to include text, feel free to use the Poppins bold. So it's the Poppins BD font. And the Poppins BD font needs to be big enough to be visible. So ensure that the motion graphics are big and actually not really small so that they draw the attention of the user and retain attention during the video. Ensure that you strategically select moments on when to use motion graphics and when to use text. And ensure that you also strategically select when to zoom in and zoom out, if necessary to do so. If not, feel free to not do so. And when selecting motion graphics, ensure that you analyze the background. The character is wearing a black shirt and he is surrounded by red LED lights. So ensure that the motion backgrounds have a transparent 3D layout, but also have text and icons that match that visual and appearance. It needs to be more of a UI or user interface look. So ensure that this motion graphic meets those standards and that all the motion graphics and text used are visible and clean. So ensure that it's a clean, premium, minimalistic design and feel. So now that we've mentioned that, we can then proceed with creating our video, and we can then proceed with the AI fixing our video to be able to have the motion graphics and everything that we need from it. But in the meantime, I think I'll get into then explaining how once you've created this video, which you're soon going to see the final product, but once you've created this video, now I'm going to show you how you then go about the monetization process. So in terms of your service providing and service delivery, in order to be able to monetize your skill, what you're going to do is you're going to head over to Google Maps. And what you want to look for and the balance you want to find is you want to find companies that are already having a social media presence, but you want to be able to offer your video editing skills as a service. But this video editing skill can be packaged less as just video editing, because people don't really want the skill per se, but they want the solution that your skill provides. So your skill needs to be able to be marketed in such a way that you offer them more leads and you offer them inbound leads and more reach. than you actually offer them just a video with fancy graphics on it. So what you're going to do, for example, you're going to look for, let's for example say construction company. And what you're going to do is you're going to look through each of these construction companies, and you're going to be able to find their websites. And once you head over to their websites, let's visit. Okay, looks like their account has been suspended, but let's try a different company. So we're just going to keep looking until we find one with websites. And if they don't have websites, that actually opens up another business opportunity on creating websites. And I'm going to show you how you can then use AI to create interactive 3D websites in our next videos, which you can then offer as a bundle service. But you can then search them up and first find out if they have a social media presence. If you find no social media presence, you can offer them a service where you can create an online presence for them, and you can use these video editing skills to be able to act as a social media manager where you market their content and you're able to actually have them on retainer per month and providing value for them. Because currently social media is where a lot of companies are able to get new work. So if you can find boring niches like these, like for example construction, and offer these kinds of services, you're going to then be able to create content for them that they're going to be able to find useful and helpful. So that's the whole idea behind the content and how you can then choose to monetize. So now I hope you found this video helpful and useful. You now have the skill set to be able to edit videos without ever needing to open CapCut. And now you also have the method of generating leads. I hope you're able to use this to be able to effectively generate as much revenue as you would want to. Like, subscribe, and share this video to whoever will need it.